Okay. So before I start, do everyone understand what is editorial? Can someone either type in chat or give me a definition of what do you think is editorial? So you can talk about like, oh wait, someone just tapped. Oh, okay, Sophie, wait, Sophie, did you,
I found it on Google.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can copy and paste. I think it's okay. Okay, so I wonder, does anyone like write about editorial before, or like at school, or have you learned anything about editorial? Can you raise your hand, or I will just, or I will think like no one has learned it before. Okay, I think no one learned it before then. Okay, so for editorial, so first I have a few questions to ask. Does anyone like to read newspaper or any kind of news? It can be, okay, yes, Ethan. So what website do you use to read?
I just basically, I just search up news. I don't exactly like, I don't search up specific stuff. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, I see. So, okay, so talking about editorial, like journalism, something, I think one thing people would come to mind is New York Times. So is there anyone here who doesn't know New York Times? I mean, if not, someone could explain. I mean, because I think most people would know. So right now I am at New York Times to learn editorial. So here is my New York Times student ID. Okay, so for editorial, I would say New York Times has some really good samples that you'll be able to check it out because it's basically like news and journalism. Okay, so continue for today. Okay, so before we start, can all of you spend like 5 to 8 minutes to find a new online that you're interested in and try to come up with an opinion. So after 8 minutes, which is 8:48, I will check in, and I hope some of you could tell me like which is the new you pick and like what's the opinion toward it.
Wait, what did you say? Sorry,
Oh, okay. No, you're fine. Oh, no, you're fine. So you can hear me now, right? So I was just saying that could you please find a new online? It can be anything, it doesn't matter. And then you think of an opinion and then like came back to me. So after 8 minutes, I will check in. So for example, I can take an example then. So for example, the recent news about like abortion, right? So like to take away the life of a baby. So if you choose this new, and your opinion could be either you support it or like you against it, like which is like you didn't like that idea. So this is an example like I gave. So I wonder if anyone could do like the same thing, like find a new and try to take a side, which is to think of your opinion. And I will check in at 8:50. So people can feel free to type questions if you have one. Riyadh, why you cannot find any news? You could use online searching tool. Just want to check, do people have trouble finding news? Or I mean, I knew Ria was saying they didn't like news, so you could wait to see what others will have, like in 5 minutes. Hey, so the time I gave almost up. So can someone tell me, did you get to find any news or think about like opinion? I mean, hopefully someone came up with something. Wow, okay, good job, Ethan. Looks like you're the first one.
I mean, I came up with some news, but I'm not exactly sure if some people will like fully like it since people have different opinions.
Oh yeah. Like okay, so you already talked about the important point is so for like editorial, especially like opinion essay. So when you write, you don't need to worry about if other people like it or not because it's just your opinion. So I would say if you came up with something, you're free to share. But yeah, I think you're free to share like anything if you want to.
Okay, so basically, I saw this article in the New York Times about like, so right now the news is basically talking about like how Donald Trump cheated, kind of like, you know, the Donald Trump election scandal. Like some
Yeah.
people not might not believe this, and then some people might be like pro-Trump or something. So that's not it. Like that's why I don't exactly want to say this. So yeah.
Okay, I would say this is interesting. So because it's a political side, but election is a really relevant topic. I would say, especially in the U.S., since you have the freedom of speech. Yeah, so I would say that's a good article. And so okay, but my suggestion would be, so if you write such article and you are worried about if it's too controversial, so you might need to choose like a topic probably easier for you to write. So I have another question for you is, so if I ask you to write your opinion down, so would you be like support, or like would you think it might be like cheating for Trump so he got more votes?
I think I support it.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so that's good. Yeah, you just finished my task because I was just hoping people could come up with a new an opinion. Okay, good job. What about the rest of you? If you don't have opinion, you could talk about the new first, and we can figure out like what to write. Does anyone else have something they want to share, or it can be news, or yeah, sorry, irrelevant screen. Or people can also chat me like either in the group chat or like just private chat the news you wanted to choose if you did some research, or I would just move on. Okay, I'll move on then. So what is editorial? Oh, this is a lot to read. Can someone volunteer to read it, or I will do it? Okay, looks like Ria, do you want to read it today, or like you don't want to? Do you want to try read like the definition of editorial? I can do it then. So what is editorial?
Can I read?
Oh, okay, yeah, you can read.
An
Go
editorial
ahead.
is an article that presents the newspaper's opinion on an issue. It reflects the majority vote of the editorial board, the governing body of the newspaper made up of editors and business managers. Much in the same manner of a lawyer, editorial writers build on an argument and try to persuade readers to think the same way they do. Editorials are meant to influence public opinion, promote critical thinking, and sometimes cause people to take action on an issue. In essence, an editorial is an opinionated news story.
Yes. So after this definition, I think Ethan could have an idea that like editorial writers, so like you have your own argument, right? That's your opinion, and you try to persuade like readers to think the same way like you do. So that's why like I would say even if someone disagree with their opinion, like you don't have to worry because your job is to use like evidence or like use your wording to sound powerful and to make other people agree with you, but you don't necessarily have to make everyone agree. It's more like just as long as your opinion makes sense. Okay, so the purpose of the editorial. So for New York Times, because it's like a big like news website, like I mean, or like news organization, combine like so many reporters, like journalists, or like so many people who work for like the editorials, or yeah, so that's their job to write them. And the purpose of the editorial is it tackles recent events, issues, and attempts to formulate viewpoints based on an objective analysis of happenings and conflicting or like contrary opinions. So an editorial is predominantly about balance. And I would say, so for the balance here is, so if you need to include like the news and also your opinion. So instead of like just your opinion. So I would say that's something different from persuasive essay. Editorial also focus on specific news or issue or events. So what are issues that you care about? Can people take a few minutes to think and then raise your hand or chat me to answer the question? Do people not care about any issues around? So there are like so many issues happening in the world. Like I think you can know either environmental, like, or like gun violence, or like education. Yeah, such things. Okay, thank you. I'm not sure if I pronounce your name right. Is that so? Can you also introduce yourself when you start speaking?
So my name is Sophie, but it just displays a different name.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind of worried about the fact that there's so much misinformation in the internet about animals, and it causes animals to be hurt. Like Wikipedia, some people, like some of my friends, they just believe everything they read on it, even if they know that anybody can edit it at any time.
Yeah, so that's a really good point. Thank you for sharing. And to add on, like since you just mentioned the Wikipedia, I was about to say, I think so when I write research paper or when I do writing at school, the teacher always tell me that never cite information from Wikipedia. But you get to read it and also rephrase it to your own words. So I mean, my guess is the reason the teacher doesn't want us to refer to Wikipedia, probably just like what Sophie just said, because everyone can add it. And also like the accuracy is not guaranteed, which means you're not 100% sure that it's right. That's why it's not a good idea to always believe what Wikipedia said. Okay, so Rhea just sent me environment, coronavirus or something you care about. Okay, so I would say, since you mentioned coronavirus, I would say so this is like such a broad topic though. So if you small down the range, I would say you care about like health or like people's well-being, because coronavirus would be like very big to talk about. So oh, okay, Ethan, I think you brought about like an interesting point. Could you please explain like why would you think the school in America would be issues?
Oh, so schools, like there's two main reasons. One thing, like like right now the schools are just like in America aren't that good. I guess there's not like they don't have like that good academics or just stuff like that. Some people might disagree, but like I have my parents are from Asia, so the second big thing about schools right now is like guns, like seriously. Like there's been like a couple of mass shootings at schools already, so yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, because I was about to say gun violence, it is an issue. Also, it's like recent because just like I think it's this year, right? Like a few school shooting already happened and like people die, like it kills people's lives. So yes, this definitely is an important issue people should focus about. And also, so Emma just mentioned, okay, I would say genetic engineering is like a new topics, but yes, clones, I think that's something I'm familiar with. So for animal testing, I think that should be also be a good topic. However, I would say for animal Oh, wait, okay. So can people log in like after 9 minutes? But yeah, I'm gonna continue. So for animal testing, this can be controversial is I think I knew someone who refused to use a product that be natural enough because they were like, if animal don't like if they don't test it animal, like is human going to be like the something like sacrificing for experiment. That's why I think, but I mean personally I definitely don't use any products that tested by animals. So yeah. Okay, Rhea, can you clarify your point? You said like no they aren't.
I meant like all the animals, they aren't safe from coronavirus. So long as they're mammals.
Okay, Rhea, but we already moved on from coronavirus. So yeah, because I was just talking about MS genetic engineering. Yeah, okay, I think that's good topic. So what about the rest of you? If you have any ideas you want to share or like is there any issues you care about? You could message me or also Rhea, like don't type in the chat anymore. I might like end the chat so people can focus. Okay, then I think we can move on from the issues. Okay, so before the Zoom ends, I want to play a video. Like opinion and which is like a definition of editorial, basically.
I can't hear the video.
No, I muted because it's advertisement.
So you mean it doesn't have any sound or what?
I can't hear it.
I think we should just leave the Zoom and just like rejoin, like since it's almost over.
Hear it, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no, it was supposed to end at like 8:30. This is the half of the class.
No, Zoom has a 40 minute time limit.
And then we rejoin.
Hear the video.
Just click on the link again, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear the video.
There is no video right now. Oh, okay. So the teacher basically just said that can we rejoin after the video, but we can't hear the video. That's it.
Yes, but we can't hear the video.
We can't hear.
Relax, man.
Wait, then can people just rejoin them? And then tell me if you can hear the video because the video was playing and yeah.
Okay.
Should we just go? Because I can't even hear it.
Yeah, that's what she said.
What?